Okay, I've got another 15 minutes. I'm going to close off this observe game. Let's play a gambit. How's he been doing on this? He's put on 15 minutes up and down. Alright, so early bishop f5. Can I play CD and queen b3 or not? Could be uncomfortable for black. That was queen b3. I don't know. Maybe this is sharp theory or something. Queen b3 looks good in this position. So in this position, okay. I think I've seen a video on YouTube about this recently. If queen b6, I think I just take on d5, takes and knight takes f6. There's some good stuff on YouTube, like for openings and stuff. So, what does black play here? This is already a difficult problem for black. Isn't it? He could retreat his bishop back to c8. I think knight takes d5 here, just winning a pawn. Takes check, it's got check. Knight c3, taking check, bishop d2. Knight d5, okay, let's look at this. Takes, check, bishop d2. Queen b2. That cannot be right. Can it? Knight d5, queen, knight d5, queen b5, queen b4, bishop d2, queen b2. Rook c1? Is adequate there? I think rook c1. Queen a5, knight c3. I'm threatening the bishop and, well, the bishop. Maybe other stuff later. Is there anything more incisive after the check? Okay. I'm playing bishop d2 now, knight d2 if needed. King d2. It looks to be just a pawn down for not much. A centre pawn. And he's giving me a-file dynamism. No, it doesn't seem much, but I can't see it. Counterplay, knight c6 to b4 maybe. Right, just e3 here. I'll take bishop b5 and threaten to take on c6. Or there's rook a4 here. I think rook a4 might actually be useful for potentially doubling on the a-file later. a5, bishop e5. There's bishop c2. Hold on a sec. Bishop c2. No. He's got to do something about b4 immediately. I play bishop b5 after. a5, bishop b5. Bishop c2, bishop c6. Take. Nope, can't do that. want my king on d2, protect c2. Okay, good stuff. So bishop b5 and the other worked at a1, I think. I suppose a6 takes is on c2, rook c4 there. Okay, we're just taking, or just as rook a1 as well. If I want to pin, I'll take rook c4, I think. Or just rook c1. Rook c1 brings the other rook, rook b6, I can play something like b4. Let's bring the other rook. Mind you, then he takes and check, and then there's rook c4. Okay, no problem either way. Okay, so if he takes, king takes, rook c8, there's rook c4 here. If he plays, well, what did he play here? I'm just a solid pawn up, aren't I, in the centre? If I want knight e5 coming up, I'll take first. Well, he's got a big problem here, this extra pawn. You can take and play b5 to deny me the c4 square. Yes, okay, he hasn't done that. I'll play this. The rook can't move, rook c8, back row mate. So we're drifting into a bad ending, pawn down, for the opponent, that is. So if I take it and then knight e5, how is he defending that pawn? Bishop e4, f3, bishop d5. It's probably worth fracturing the pawns anyway. I'm going for that position. So bishop e4, f3, bishop d5, king c3, f6, knight d7 to c5, or knight d7 to b8. It plays a5. So this, so c5 wins that pawn, a5 knight b7. Knight c5 will win the other pawn, I think. So a5 knight b7. I'll just take that now. Okay, I've got double pawns here. Alright, he's trying to make the most out of his bishop. If I play b4 to reserve e4 in hand without losing b3, if I take with the king, I've got e4 in hand. Get the pawn off the light square. Okay, so e4 here. Takes on d4, queen d4, king d4, e d4, king d4, and knight c5, knight c5 for a moment. I'll just play knight d3 and d takes. D takes, king takes, knight d7, I think knight d3 or We'll fix these pawns, put these pawns on dark squares. G3. Away from the bishop for a moment. Mind you, this pawn's the target. Okay. Most of the pawns are on dark squares except for this one and this one. Can't get to this one that easily. Maybe knight d3 takes. I don't want to give him an outside pawn here after f4. So I think taking keeps those on dark squares anyway. I can play knight d3. Try and play knight f2 later. Keep control of e5. So I want to play takes and knight f2, bishop e6. Then maybe maneuver the knight to f5 later. King's got no, black king's got no entry point here. If I take first and then knight f2, try and tie that bishop down to g4. Okay, is he going to recapture? Knight f2, bishop h5, king c4. I'll have two passed pawns if he doesn't protect the pawn. I think bishop h5, playing king c4. It's got check. B5 pawn sack. Is that needed? Takes king b4, king c6. Could be dangerous. The king could come over here because the king's got no entry points over there. So king b3 check, king a4. Drive the king to b6. Then maybe play b5. So king b3 here. Try king b3 here. I think that's a miserable position for the bishop at the moment. Okay. Right, the bishop can come in, but he's going to lose that g4 pawn. So he has to go back there. He's going to let my king go to b6, I think. I can fend off with king c7. It might be b5 there, undoubling the pawn or generating dangerous pass pawn. Check. King 7, king. No, I can play that, I think. Trying to undouble the pawns here. Otherwise, it's not really an extra pawn sometimes if it's not undoubled. Right, I've got an outside pawn now. I think it's plain sailing. Keep the opposition here. Let's get the c5 square now. As long as when I get c5 in or c7. Maybe c7's even better if he gives me c7. So king e6, king c7. If king d7, okay, he's resigned here. I actually got 5 points for that. 2162. It's just an opening blunder, losing a pawn. I think it's a known opening blunder. Okay. Well, I hope you got something from that. I don't know. trying to keep the pawns away from the colour of the bishop, maybe. Comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks very much. Oh, there was one danger point. Sorry, I think the one danger was not giving him. If I played f4, I think that's dodgy. Takes and gets this pawn or this one. Quite dangerous this knight. Can't easily hop over, maybe. Okay, comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks very much.